believed, but nobody was brave enough to prove? That is exactly what happened to me. When I was a boy, I thought the old stories about our kingdom were nothing more than tales told to keep children from wandering too far away. I was wrong. My name is Kofi, and everything I'm about to tell you happened many years ago. Even today, when thunder rolls across the sky, I remember the kingdom I once called home. Our village sat at the foot of a great hill where the king's palace overlooked everything below. From a distance, it looked magnificent. Its tall stone walls shone in the morning sun, colorful banners danced in the wind, and guards stood proudly at every gate. Visitors admired its beauty. The villagers admired it from a distance. Very few wanted to go any closer. My father, Baba Tunde, was one of the few people welcomed inside. He was the finest drum maker in the kingdom. Whenever there was a royal celebration, he repaired and tuned the palace drums. As his apprentice, I carried his tools everywhere. I loved listening to the drums. My father always said that every drum carried its own voice, and if you listened carefully enough, it could tell a story without speaking a single word. But there was one story he never wanted to tell. It was the story of Princess Adanna. Whenever someone mentioned her name, conversations stopped. People looked around before speaking. Even the happiest gatherings became strangely quiet. As a child, I never understood why. One afternoon, while helping my father repair a large ceremonial drum, I finally asked him,
like this.
"Father, why does everyone become so quiet whenever they talk about Princess Adanna?" He stopped working. For several seconds, he said nothing. Then he looked toward the palace, sitting high above the village. Not every story needs to be uncovered, Kofi. That was all he would say. His answer only made me more curious. Whenever I asked anyone else, they smiled nervously and changed the subject. Only one person ever spoke openly about the old legends. Her name was Mama Nia. She was the oldest woman in our village and the keeper of many ancient stories. Children loved gathering outside her small hut every evening while she shared tales passed down through generations. Some stories made us laugh. Some taught valuable lessons. Others made us think. One evening, after everyone else had gone home, I stayed behind. "Mama Nia," I asked, "is Princess Adanna really as mysterious as everyone says?" She smiled gently. "My child," she said, "people fear what they do not understand. But is it true?" Instead of answering, she picked up a dry leaf from the ground. "Tell me, Kofi, if you find a door hidden deep in the forest, would you open it?" "I think I would." She nodded as though she expected that answer. "Most people would." Then she dropped the leaf into the evening fire. "But every door is built for a reason. Some keep danger out, others keep secrets in." I laughed. "It is only a story." Mama Nia looked directly into my eyes. "No, it is a warning." For the first time, I saw concern in her face. That night, I could not stop thinking about her words. As the years passed, more strange stories reached our village. People claimed unusual lights could be seen near the palace after sunset. Hunters returning from the forest said they heard soft singing carried by the wind. Travelers spoke of hidden halls beneath the palace where only a chosen few were allowed. Nobody knew whether any of the stories were true, but nobody dared to investigate either. Princess Adanna herself remained a mystery. Some villagers described her as kind and graceful. Others believed she carried the weight of an ancient responsibility. No one seemed to agree on anything, yet everyone spoke about her in whispers. Then something happened that changed everything. My cousin Sade received an invitation from the palace. She was one of the most talented weavers in the kingdom. Her colorful cloth was admired in every nearby village, and she dreamed of one day creating garments for the royal family. When the royal messengers arrived at her home, she could hardly believe it. "This is my chance," she told us with a bright smile. "I'll finally see the palace with my own eyes." My aunt hugged her tightly. "We'll see you soon." "I promise," she replied. She waved goodbye as the royal carriage disappeared along the road leading up the hill. Days passed, then weeks. No letters arrived. No messages came from the palace. My aunt visited the palace gates many times. Each visit ended the same way. "The princess is very busy. Sade is doing well. Please return home." Those were always the answers. Eventually, the palace guards stopped allowing visitors near the gates. My aunt cried every evening. The village slowly stopped asking questions. Life returned to normal. Everyone moved on. Everyone. Except me. Something about Sade's disappearance refused to leave my mind. One evening, I climbed the hill overlooking the palace. The setting sun painted its walls gold. It looked peaceful, beautiful, almost welcoming. Yet as I stood there, I noticed something unusual. One of the highest palace windows opened for only a moment. Someone was standing there, a young woman dressed in elegant crimson robes. She looked down toward the village, toward me. Even from that distance, it felt as though she was searching for someone. Before I could look again, the curtain slowly closed. And for reasons I still cannot explain, I knew my life was about to change forever.
Want to know what happened to his life and how it changed? Hit the subscribe button. Part 2 will explain everything because you are not ready for what's coming.